Welcome back to Cars and Score Mad. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Try and get us to 100 subscribers.
And why not go back and watch some of the old videos? They're good, but today's a new video and we're going to be talking about...
We're going to be talking about the best dual cab utes. We're going to have a few different categories today. We're going to be talking about second-hand ones, new ones, and, best value for money. So I think we should start off by talking about, second-hand dual cab utes.
I think a lot of people
And here's
get a second hand.
very strong contender, the SsangYong Musso.
Yes. Now, my brother has a Musso, and I've been in the Musso, and they're a great car.
Yeah,
For the price...
For the price, I mean, you can get them for like $20,000 secondhand for a pretty good car. Just try and get an XLV model because that'll give you better value for money.
I mean, any negatives to the Musso? From what I can see, maybe a bit harder to get accessories.
Well, I mean, certain companies will still sell things like suspension. I think the main problem is they're just not as off-road capable, especially the XLV ones, because they have a longer wheelbase. The engine is good. I think Mercedes helped design that. So that's pretty cool. Now let's move on to some of the ones that you're probably expecting to see on this list. And we can't have a list about dual cab utes without the best, the Ford Ranger.
The Ford Ranger has been, top of its class for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's selling incredibly well.
And there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It's an incredible vehicle.
But we're going to first talk about the PX model. Now, if you're going to get an old PX, I would recommend getting a higher spec model, like a Wild Track or something.
Yep.
And try and get the 3.2 litre diesel. Don't go for the 2 litre. You'll have more problems with it. Yeah, go for the 3.2 litre diesel engine over the 2 litre. So I'll explain the different trim models. So first you have the 2.2 litre diesel engine. It doesn't make very much power nor very much torque. Less than 400 newton meters of torque. Which is, not terrible. It's supposed to be a good engine. Then you've got the 3.2 litre turbo diesel, which is in all of the models, because there was a few facelifts. There's the PX2 and the PX3.
Yeah.
So I would go for the 3.2, and then you've got which comes with a 6-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual. And then you've got the 2 litre diesel engine, which was only available from 2018 or 2019 up in the PX Ranger, which is the one that I would try and avoid. It has a 10-speed automatic, which can be known for shifting through the gears a bit. But a second-hand Ranger is a pretty affordable option. You can expect to pay around 20 to 30 grand for a nice PX2, $30 to $50,000 for a PX3 Ranger.
And they're worth the money with these Ford Rangers. They really are.
That's excellent value for money. I mean, 4-drives are expensive, and dual cab utes are no exception. I mean, look at the Isuzu D-Max. That thing is terrible, and you get...
Oh, it's going to cost you a lot if you buy it new, isn't it?
Well, yeah. So that brings me on to my next one, is the Toyota Hilux.
A very popular vehicle.
A very popular car. I just don't think that it quite has that, but it's certainly a good vehicle. In terms of second-hand models, don't go for the N70. I think that's a complete waste of money. Go for the N80, which is 2015 to current. But go for like a 2015 N80 as opposed to like a 2010 N70. Yeah. It'll be about the same price. As for cost, you can expect to pay around $20,000 to $30,000 for the cheaper N80s, and then all the way up to the new ones, you can expect to pay all the way up to like $70,000 if you want a new one. But we'll talk about the new ones later. As for the Isuzu D-Max, I would try and get the new generation of D-Max. It's definitely worth it. For the cheaper ones, it's around $30,000 to $40,000, and for the more expensive ones, it can be all the way up to $60,000. But that is definitely worth spending the extra money if you really want a D-Max. And they're good cars, but
they
just don't quite have what it takes to compete with the Ford Ranger. I mean, their specs are more similar to the SsangYong Musso, which is a far cheaper vehicle. The Mazda BT50 is another one that you should consider. Now, the older generation Mazda BT50, like 2013 to 2020, was based on the Ford Ranger. It was a cheaper version of the Ford Ranger, and I think that it doesn't quite look as good. It isn't quite as nice on the inside, but it has the same 3.2 litre diesel engine. So if you're considering a Ranger but can't quite afford one, consider a BT50 for sure.
Definitely.
Especially if you don't mind having, like a slightly more basic interior. But they are very similar cars. And then you've also got the new generation of BT50, which is based on the Isuzu D-Max. It looks better than the D-Max, and it's more expensive, yes, but secondhand, they're probably going to be slightly cheaper.
So they took the D-Max and they made it better.
Well, yeah, it looks better. The interior is going to be nicer. You can expect to pay 30 to 40 grand for a low spec model, slightly, like 2021-ish one, and around, up to like $80,000.
Yeah.
For a newer one, especially if you want like the Thunder or whatever. We'll now talk about the top spec ones like Black Raptor, GR Sport, and Mazda BT50 Thunder. So I think that as for that, like
the price tag's higher.
The price tag is always going to be higher. I mean, as a Ford Ranger fan, I would say that the Raptor is the best value for money. Like, the GR Sport doesn't really give you that much more. Maybe, slightly more off-road capable, but it's not like the Raptor is a completely different car. As for the Mazda BT50 Thunder, don't waste your money. The new Isuzu D-Max Blade I don't see that is worth it either. So I would avoid either of those if you're looking for an extreme version. We also have to talk about the Mitsubishi Triton. Yes. They are great cars. They're not quite as good, but they're also cheaper. I think that is the main thing that they've got going for them. So you can expect to pay around 20 to 30 grand for a second-hand MR Triton.
That's a good price for a good car,
Yeah, for a good car, they have a 2.4 litre turbo diesel. It's a great vehicle, and if you're looking to get into a dual cab ute and you want something slightly newer but cheaper, it's definitely a great option. Very good value for money. As for the GWM Cannon, if you are looking for a new car, a new dual cab ute, then for sure.
Go check him out and test drive him, because I know my brother who had the SsangYong, test drove a Cannon, test drove a SsangYong, and he must prefer the SsangYong,
Yeah, I guess, the SsangYongs are probably a bit better on-road, but the GWM's probably going to be a bit better off-road.
So that's the other thing. What do you want it for,
The top spec Cannon, I think, comes with twin lockers, so it's got a locking diff front and rear. So
very useful if you're an off-roader.
Yeah, if you want like a car that you can take out on the weekend off-roading, then it's a great car. But if you just want some more comfortable on-road driving, then probably go for the Musso.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Yeah. And another car that we have to talk about is the Jeep Gladiator. These cars are awesome.
They are.
That would be, they are so cool. They're basically, if you don't know what the Gladiator is, it's basically a Jeep Wrangler pickup truck, basically.
Yeah.
It's over 5.5 meters long. And it's a really cool car. But I do think that they've got the 3.6 Pentastar, which just isn't as torquey as, the Ranger or Hilux's diesel engines. So yeah, I would probably, I would rather have that over a lot of the other cars.
Very cool car. Sometimes they have the Jeep tax as well. Jeeps can get pricey. It depends. You have to find the right second-hand Jeep.
Yeah, you can spend, if you want a cheaper one, expect to pay around $40,000 to $50,000. But if you want a brand new one, you can spend over $100,000 on the Rubicon and all the options and everything. Gladiator is very cool. Now we're going to move on to new cars. So I think that, we've already covered some of them. I just think that in terms of new vehicles, the reason that we didn't include the new generation Ford Ranger on our second-hand list is because they are still pretty expensive second-hand. If you're going to get a new one, go for the V6 model. It's definitely worth it. If you want the new Raptor, that is a completely different beast. Definitely worth it, for sure. I mean, what else can you get for, under $100,000 that is going to give you that much? I think dual cab utes, especially the new Ford Ranger, are taking over, especially considering they have nice interiors now, as opposed to, like, when you look at the new 300 series Land Cruiser, those things are super expensive and they're terrible. So I do think that, the dual cab market really is taking over, and it's pretty easy to see why. I mean, chances are some of you guys might own one. If you do, tell us which one you have and why you got it. Yeah, and if you're happy with it, would you recommend your car if you drive a dual cab? And have we missed anything? Let us know in the comments down below. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it, just like and subscribe anyway. And if you didn't enjoy it, let us know in the comments down below how we can make this better.
What would you like to hear about? What kind of videos do you want? We're happy to work with you, but you got to tell us.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe.